Farrell on it again, deep one around the back, and Quinn has scored! There is the breakthrough goal! It's Andrew Quinn, the underdogs bare their teeth and show their fight in this cup final. Drogheda United strike first.
Welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, the Drogheda United fans podcast, proudly sponsored by the Coffee Box.
Hello and welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, episode number 24. So, joined as usual by Owen. How are you, Owen?
Great, how are you?
We're joined by a very special guest all the way from London, Richie. How are you, Richie?
Oh, good lads, how's things?
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so why wouldn't we be after that?
Yeah. Another crazy night for the Drogs, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fucking special night, lads, and what a way to win a game.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and like it's a horrible place to go, isn't it? It's so hard to go up there and get anything, but to go and do it that way was just magic. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it really was. Did you get to see the whole game, Richie? You weren't sure whether you were going to be able to.
I did, so obviously the whole Oasis thing on the weekend, so my whole plan was to get tickets for Saturday for Oasis. That didn't happen. I had them for Sunday, so look, I got to watch the Drogheda game Saturday night anyway, and I went to gigs Sunday, so both did well.
Perfect weekend, huh?
Oh, brilliant weekend. It just, like, Saturday night just kick-started the whole weekend from that. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, brilliant, yeah. Couldn't have went any better.
Class. Owen, where did you watch it, man?
Just watched it at home. That's all. I was out all day. I literally got in at 8 o'clock just as the game kicked off, so I didn't miss anything.
Yeah. I ended up watching it with my dad. I haven't sat and watched the game with him on the telly in years, but we had a few beers and watched it. My mum was watching it in the other room. I think the whole bloody town was watching it, to be honest, because I went to a party afterwards and loads of them were there saying, "Oh, we were watching a bit of the game," and so. I hope the viewing numbers were fairly high, I'd say, on RTE, like.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd say every pub in the town had it on as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, lads, Jesus, where to start? Like, there's a lot to talk about here, like, and it was literally just the best start we could have hoped for. What was it? Was it 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes in, or was it less than that?
Second minute, yeah.
Yeah, 90 seconds.
Yeah. And like, for Quinn to get it as well. Like, it was like the cup final all over again.
Yeah. And it was a great little move. I loved the bit of variation in there with the Farrell with the ball down the wing to Josh Thomas, and then a lovely cross in, and he kept the ball in. There was little sort of rumblings. Well, the ball was out, but the ball was certainly in when you seen the replay, like.
Yeah, no, it absolutely was, yeah. And I think it was in his interview then they asked him, was that from the training ground? And I don't think it was. I think the players just took that upon themselves.
Improvising.
Yeah, and like, once he got 1-on-1, was it Riley he got 1-on-1 with?
Yeah.
Riley didn't know how to do it, but all his pace, he just put the afterburners on. And there was the ball in, it wasn't just a little easy ball into the box. He put pace on it, and it was just a matter of Quinn guiding the home then. It was a marvellous goal.
Yeah, it's very even in the replays, it's quite difficult to see exactly how Quinn puts it in, but he just seems to he held his ground, and the ball just kind of comes to him, and he doesn't have to do an awful lot. Like, as you said, he just kind of guides the ball into the bottom corner. But brilliant, absolutely class. And you mentioned Adam O'Reilly, because he was actually playing out of position for up to 60 minutes when they made them 4 substitutes, and they did improve after that. But I think Adam O'Reilly was probably playing it right back, and he's not a right back, he's a midfielder, like, so there's a lot of rumblings again of Derry fans asking why the hell he set up the team like that. Like, he left out Hayden Cann and the other guy that have been part of that back five all year, and throwing new players into a back five in a big cup game. I mean, he took a hell of a risk.
Yeah, I've seen a few comments online, like Derry fans was questioning what the fuck he was doing, basically changing up the back line.
Yeah.
It seemed to make a lot of sense to them. Like, they're actually, I think they quite like Hayden Cann.
I mean,
I
he's
know
been
some
doing
Drogheda
it.
fans are. But yeah, he's doing well with them.
And
Yeah,
he
he
knows,
was pretty well.
and he knows Drogheda well. He knows our players well. Like, he knows the league, but at this stage he's in his second year in the league. So I think it was a very strange decision by Tiernan Lynch, and he probably living to regret it now, because I mean they kind of got that comeuppance towards the end. But yeah, look, just get back to the game. Like we started like just like a steam train. It was one of them where we you just knew we were at it from the get go.
Yeah, it was very much like the Bulls game, wasn't it, in Daily Night a couple of weeks ago?
It
You know,
was.
and yeah, and like, I know what, like, every week we're saying that these players do it every week, these players, but I think we have to hand a lot to Doherty for last Saturday night. Doherty got a spot on, didn't he? Him and Darren Doyle. He had it. The tactics were 100% from Wood, though. You know, so I think the credit goes to them too for this win.
Yeah, I'd agree, and I think there was a similarity, as you said, to the way we started the game in Dalymount the week before. But what I think was different was we kind of maintained it for longer. I mean, up to 60 minutes, like, we were the better side. Derry only started playing on the hour mark when they made those 4 substitutions. They brought on Boyce, and they had a bit of an immediate effect on the game. But up to that hour, if you ask me, we well deserved the win. We were the better side. We created chances. Even after the hour mark, we created chances. I mean, we didn't get to create many chances in Dalymount, but we created a lot more in the Brandywell, and we could have scored more. Josh Thomas had another brilliant opportunity where he ran on through that you would have hoped he would have scored.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like we spoke about in the last podcast, didn't we, about the last time we were up here, Derry, he handles a bit of a spanking, didn't he, 3-0. So we knew the players were going to be well up for it. And so, like, as I said, not in that. Like, you're out, not out to prove a point, but you're out to make amends for that game. And as Dottie said, we had a lot of games that time, a lot of injuries. So we were up there fully fit, the full week's training before it. And it just shows, like, we well deserved that way. We were brilliant on the night.
Yeah. I mean, five games in 14 days was what we had the last time we went to Derry, and we were down a lot of bodies. So,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't a great night for us, and I don't think we played well, and we did get we got our ass handed to us now, to be fair. But as Kevin has been at pains to say, when we have a good lead into games and when we don't have a load of injuries, we're a match for anybody, and so it kind of played out on the night, because we were more than a match for them.
We really well.
Their goal, I think it was just it was a bit of a Michael Duffy sort of genius. Like, he kind of, when he got the ball, I don't think his first touch probably wasn't the best, but the way he turns on it and just whaps it into the top corner, like, Dennison didn't even move. There was no point, because he just knew he wasn't getting anywhere near the ball. It was a class goal.
Yeah, it was some finish, like.
Yeah.
But I think he's carrying that team, basically, from what I've seen of Derry this year.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, but he's, what was you saying, Greg? So was one of them goals. He has that in the locker, doesn't he? And like, I don't think any keeper in the league stopping it. You know, you just can't let him shoot. You can't give him that space. But look, he walked well himself, and even Dennis said it was just unstoppable. He put it in the top corner. But it was a great goal. But that's all they have, isn't it? They've only got nothing.
There was another couple of... Go on, sorry, on.
They just, from what I've seen, they just seem like a team of individuals. They don't seem to have much cohesion, and it's the exact same shit that they had under Rory Higgins. Like, I don't see much of their whole attitude has changed since Tiernan Lynch came in.
No, and like we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? I was even last week about Derry and all the players he got in. He's nearly too many players to pick from. Like, he doesn't know what a starting 11 is again, and he had settled here, and all of a sudden now they're changing up again.
Yeah, and I think, like, we're probably the exception to the rule. Like, last season, in the break we brought in 5 players and it really worked for us. But like Derry had a big squad to begin with, and then they let a lot of the lads go back to wherever they were, England and Scotland, and then brought in a load of more sort of unknowns from England and Scotland. And I mean, it's very, very difficult to try and make them players gel, and putting 2 of them into a back 5 that has been fairly consistent all year. And it's not as if they've been conceding a lot of goals. They haven't. They just haven't. They haven't been putting the ball in the net. But why he changed that many players in a 5-man defence, I just think is criminal. Like, very, very strange decisions from him.
It was, and that was the second team that got them up the league. Like, if you didn't start right there, and then they got going, and they were up to second and third in the league. So then just the change, it was very strange.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was one other chance of note that I can remember from Derry, and there was probably more than one in fairness, but there was one where Dennison pulled off an absolutely class save. And then there was another one where he just had to tip the ball kind of over the bar. That was another, I suppose, shot on target from them. But I think we were very comfortable in keeping them out, and we never looked overly stretched. They never really got the ball in behind us that much. I mean, after they made the 4 subs, they had a bit more success that way, but we just looked so comfortable. And it's that kind of cliche again. We were controlling the game when we didn't have the ball. But I thought we'd a good bit more of the ball than I was expecting.
Yeah, and like, let's go back. Like, how good was Josh Thomas on the night?
Man of the match.
Phenomenal, yeah.
He really was. He was, and he only played 70 minutes. And by far the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, how Stewie Bourne gave it to fucking Michael Duffy, I don't know. I mean, that's a ridiculous decision. Either Josh Thomas or even one of the centre halves. Andrew Quinn, I thought was phenomenal as well. Darragh Markey, I thought was brilliant. Every player, I couldn't fault any of them.
I'd have given it to Dennison.
Dennison was fantastic too.
It made for a funny interview at the end though. Duffy getting pulled by RTE for the man of the match interview after they get knocked out. Like,
I know, it was hilarious. He was good, wasn't he? He didn't know what to say.
The last place he wanted to be.
The interviewer said to him, Drogheda United seemed to have the Indian sign over you, you know, and he was like, yeah, we were going to put that right tonight, but it didn't happen. You're like, no, it didn't. Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah. and all the talk about revenge all week, you know, mate.
Oh, yeah.
It was very disrespectful to Drogheda as well, I thought. As if Drogheda were just going to go up and roll over and let you just get revenge. Like, come on, where the cup over?
I know. Look, we've been speaking about this fucking ad nauseum since we started this podcast, but the lack of respect that Drogheda get from the league in general is just it's just fuel to the fire for Kevin and the players. Like, even the I was out last night and I was listening to the RTE soccer podcast when I was driving. They mentioned the result. Oh, and Drogheda United bet Derry. That's all they said about the game. They talked about the Shells and Pats game. They talked more about Rovers beating Longford in a non-event in Tala. In fairness, Longford did really well, but they did it against the second string Rovers team who didn't get out of second gear. Brought on 3 or 4 subs towards the end and bet Longford. I think they would have bet them comfortably if they had obviously played the starting 11, but they've got Europe and that to be thinking about too. But they literally just completely and totally ignored the Drogheda United win in Derry. That was the biggest game of the weekend, if you ask me. There was people in the media trying to say that the Pats Shelbourne game was the biggest game. It wasn't. The Drogheda and Derry game was the champions against the team sitting in third. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a replay of the cup final last year, so yeah. And
exactly, a replay of the cup final. So we get no, we're just ignored completely. But it kind of suits us.
It does suit us, but it's not even like every odd game, is it? This is every week since the league has begun. People have been just waiting for us to fall off.
Yeah.
Nobody gives us any week. Like, I wouldn't even say that it has to do with team talk to get these guys going. You just say, look, we have a split again this week. Let's go, let's prove them wrong. You know, every week it's so disrespectful.
Yeah, even Kevin referenced it in his pre-match interview, saying your man said something to him about somebody being favourites, and he looked at him and he went, "Well," he said, "you wouldn't have us down as favourites if you looked at the odds. Look at the bookies, because they had Derry down to beat us, and I'm not sure what the odds were. I think my dad got 4-1 for Drogheda, which I thought was fairly decent, but we weren't favourites to win that game.
No,
And we rarely are. Like,
yeah, every week. Well, you say, guys, that suits us. Like,
yeah,
happy days. Like, we are a team that likes to prove everybody wrong. We've been doing it all season. We've been doing this since last summer, since last July of last year. We've been proving everybody wrong every week. And we continue to do it.
100%. Just on the starting 11, because I know we talked a good bit about that last week about who we would start up front, and let's be fair, I think I certainly got it wrong, because I think Warren and Josh Thomas was just perfect. They were an absolute nuisance, and they held up the ball really well. Josh Thomas's hold up play is just superb. I think that to me was his best performance in a Drogheda jersey. I know we don't have a lot to choose from, because he's only played like 5 or 6 games, is it, even at this stage, but the two boys were just a menace up top, like.
Yeah, they were brilliant. I know we sort of mentioned that could be a possible start in last week. I just wasn't 100% sure, and obviously it worked out well. But yeah, that Derry backline at fuck all pace, like, so that was the right call to kind of go up against them. And yeah, Thomas destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them.
He did, and he as I said, he got a spot on, didn't he?
Perfect.
Yeah, he was spot on. But his hold up play for such a small player, lads, like, and he reads it so well. He lets the ball sort of bounce, then he backs into the centre half, sticks one, and then turns him. And then once he turns him, lads, I've never seen a player put the afterburners on so quickly like him. He doesn't even need to get going. He's just bang, he's gone. You know, he was just. I'd say the Derry players were having nightmares of this.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I mean, his acceleration over a very, very short, like a few meters, he's just gone. He's absolutely just gone. He's like a rocket, like. And I don't think he's ever played against Derry before, has he? He never play with them. Against them this season. So they just didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what they were going to get. They'd probably just seen a couple of the videos, like him and Dalymount. Obviously, they would have watched that, but I don't think we knew what to expect. To us, like, he's still a bit of an unknown quantity, because I'm sure there's other aspects to his game that we're not aware of yet, because he just hasn't played enough. But he looks to have serious potential, like, on this running. If we can keep him on the pitch, and hopefully we can maybe try and get 90 minutes out of him at one stage, because he did look a bit knackered, I think, on the 70. He was sort of puffing for air because he had done an awful lot of work. That was probably one of the most hard-working performances that I've seen us put in, in the last 2 or 3 years. It was reminiscent to the Aviva, because I know they worked seriously hard that day. But in a sense, I think this is even harder, because obviously it went to the extra time and then penalties. But even on that plastic pitch, that takes a lot out of you, I would imagine, running around on that. So it was definitely one of the best performances under Doherty's reign. It was just brilliant.
It really was. And funny enough, they were on about fitness and that, and like, trying to finish the stronger team, I thought, in the 90 minutes. There was only one team trying to win it in, say, the last 10 minutes of that game, and Drogheda was doing all the pushing.
Yeah.
So to put that kind of effort in, that kind of work rate, and look, we all know we don't have a lot of the ball, we do a lot of work off the ball, but to do that for 90 minutes and to finish the game as the stronger team was absolutely brilliant. But just going back to Thomas, like, I'll put my hand up. When he first came in there, did he play against Shell, was it, and Sligo? He was supposed to be against Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about him, lads. I'll put my hands up. That one, I got it wrong. I didn't think he was the answer. But he has proved me wrong. Gladly proved me wrong. He is a fabulous, fabulous player. And there's so much more to go from him.
I think he could be a better striker than Freddie Draper.
You think he could be better?
Yeah, that's just my opinion. From what, like, I know it's small sample size what we've seen him, but I think he could end up having a better career than Freddie Draper. But again, Freddie's still young as well, but just something about him. I think he's a bit more about him.
There is a lot about him, and apparently he's highly hot over in Swansea. Like, just talking to one or two people, he's fairly hot now.
He also had an option to sign for Bowes as well, and chose us.
Did he?
Yeah, that was mentioned. Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well,
He said our style of play suits him well. That's what he said.
Right. Okay. Yeah. He's got an attitude, doesn't he? He's got a bit about him. You know, he's leaving it on defenders. He's not ready to get stuck in. He's fabulous.
I think his overall attitude is really brilliant as well. The way he talks in interviews, he says the word obviously every 3 seconds, but apart from that, like he talks a good game, and like even him saying that, you know, I had the option to go to Bowes, but I thought Drogheda's style of play suited me better, which that's exactly what we want to hear. You know, after the guff coming out of Dougie, who's out of the cup now, by the way. But anyway, we won't talk about him.
I'm told about Jazz.
Say that again, Richie.
Oh, it's my cup final Jazz in the cup. So Oasis Jazz before Oasis even played.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. And you were saying about Freddie. You were saying about Freddie Draper there, Owen. I mean, it took him 7 games before he scored a goal, wasn't it? With us.
Yeah, something like that. He was missing some really good chances.
Yeah.
Like, what many Josh got now? Is he 4 goals? I think.
Sligo, Bowes. Was it Cork away or Galway? No.
He got one in the cup against Crumlin.
Okay, that's 3.
I think. Was there another one?
He might only have 3, does he?
I think he might have 3, but look, it's 3 out of what? 6 games, 7 games. That's not so bad.
Some of that, yeah. It's more than fucking Dougie got anyway.
You mentioned him again. Oh, yeah.
Well, just even on about his style of play, like, as he said, it suits his style of play because he's so much pace. So when John is soak up all this pressure and catch games on the counter attack, he's ideal for that. He's just ideal. And he'd run all day. So you can see it does suit his style of play.
Yeah, definitely. Just like back to the game itself, lads. There was, Rob Harvey. I thought he reffed the game really, really well, but there's no getting away from he did let a lot of things go. Me and my dad were watching it and we were both saying like he is kind of letting a lot of things go here, and then he would pull players up for kind of silly things, and it was turning into one of them kind of where I'm not saying he was losing control of it, but it was just getting a bit, which really suited us, by the way, because it was really scrappy there for a while, and we weren't letting there was no flow to the game, which is exactly what we wanted. There was players going down, there was injuries, the ball was going out for throws here, there, and everywhere, which is exactly what you want to be doing when you go to the Brandywell on that pitch. You know, when you're 1 up, you know, slow the game down and make it go really scrappy. I know it's really frustrating for the opposition team, but I couldn't give a fiddlers because that's exactly what we're to do. What we're there to do is frustrate them. But like, there was a lot of diving going on. There was like, and then there was the disallowed goal for them. So we'll talk about that first. But the disallowed goal, what was your thoughts on that one, Borgo? I would start with you.
I tell you, if that was us, I'd be raging it was disallowed now. I thought it was a little bit soft, but fuck it. Didn't give it, so happy days.
So, soft in what way? I mean, the two of them were pulling out of each other.
Yeah, as in like it could have went one way or the other. That goal. Like, there was nobody clearly fouling the other. Stuff was a bit of 50-50, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So for him to decide either way, it's a foul or whatever, it's probably a bit soft, but he got the dives right anyway.
Yeah, there was a case to be made as well that somebody was impeding Dennison on the line, and that's why he gave it. That's why he disallowed it. So, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know these things because they never tell you why, but... Richie?
Yeah, no, look, I suppose, yeah, it was a bit 50-50, wasn't it? Usually they go against you. I was delighted it went their way, but yeah, he probably seen more Connolly full and Keely than the other way around, maybe. Look,
Yeah.
all nobody is what he's looking at. But I tell you, I thought he was grand on the night. Now, look, I know we got the result, it's easy about the second, but he let a lot go, which was great. You want that. The benefit then of us watching the telly now, I know the three of us got to watch on TV, I think he got all the big decisions right. I think he got everything right. You know, like,
Yeah.
a couple of dives there, he got them right. He were dives.
Oh, the first dive with your man with the kind of beard and the black hair, I can't remember his name. He's a new enough player. Anyone know his name?
Fleming, was it?
Fleming. Yeah. But my God, that was unbelievable from Lamb, the way he sort of threw the leg in, didn't make any contact and just pulled the leg straight back. I mean, that was a brilliant piece of play because, I mean, if he had made the slightest bit of contact by him, it was a penalty.
Yeah, and he sort of bashed his back, didn't he? He sort of was really flexible the way he did it. Was really good. It was really sharp defending. But yeah, look, as I said, being able to watch everything back on TV, we see in the replays. He got every decision right. You know.
What was the other big one? It was Duffy, I think, went down, didn't he? And they were looking for a penalty towards the end.
Yeah, it was a Duffy.
Yeah, that was fucking pathetic, that one.
Yeah.
Did he book him for it?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah,
and
right.
He booked another player. Did he book Doddy then as well and sent him off?
Yeah, I don't know what he must have said something to him or something, but yeah, it was all just a bit chaotic when that happened. So.
Was that a straight red on?
Second yellow.
Second yellow, was it? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, apparently it was a second yellow. I still haven't found out what exactly he got sent off for, but I think it was verbals.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as I said, that was another big decision the referee got right.
And he was one of our penalty takers as well.
That's right.
He would have been, yeah.
Look, when things go your way, it's just one of them, isn't it? When it goes your way, it goes your way. Because how many times, lads, have we been stood in United Park over the last few decades watching us play Bows and Pats and Rovers and just literally everything goes their way. Like you're well in the game and you're thinking, right, we're going to get something out of this, and then it just goes horribly wrong. Like this happened to us like just literally hundreds of times over the years that no luck goes your way. But I just felt the other night, and I'm not saying we were lucky because we were unbelievably hard working and all that, but you do need that little bit of luck just to go your way. Things like the disallowed goal and them getting a player sent off that might have taken a penalty, and you know, small margins make you win games. You know what I mean? And I think we played so well the other night that we deserved to come out of there, and I think we deservedly won the match, but you do need that little bit of luck, like.
Oh yeah, and then look, when your name's in the cup, isn't it?
Is there a name on the cup? We'll talk about that shortly as well.
Yeah. But no, because we said a lot of things did go our way, and it's great for change because it doesn't always. But look at Dennison's save, that point blank header from
Sam Thomas, was it?
Yeah, could have been him there, yeah. He headed it like straight to Dennison, didn't he? If I had it on left or right of him, maybe.
Yeah.
It could have been a goal. Right at Dennison, now look, Dennison still had to save it, which he did. And things like that go your way, and you need that luck as well, especially up to Derry. You need things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of around the game, there was a really poor crowd there. I think we were right what we said about it being like a Saturday night in August and Oasis being on, and they the bloody bonfires the night before and all that. It wasn't a great time for a game. I mean, we brought an okay crowd, but I think we would have sold out the allocation if it was at a different time and maybe even a different day. But the atmosphere in the ground was really poor. It looked really poor on the TV as well. It wasn't a great advertisement for League of Ireland football, because I think it's a rarity now that you see a game and that there's not that many bodies at it. And even the Pat Shell's game on the Sunday looked absolutely awful. There was no one at it.
No, yeah. What was that all about?
Just probably both of them in Europe, and there's so many games on, and Oasis being on in Dublin, and I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. It was. Hey, look, I thought it looked decent, the crowd. You saw that on the telly. It looked really good. The usual plenty of noise, plenty of colour. Like, it looked fabulous, right? It wasn't sold out. But I thought it looked really well on the TV.
No, it did. It looked cool. I'm just saying, though, like, there was a good few gaps, but I'm nitpicking there. You know what they did? We brought a half-decent crowd for the day that was in it, but it was just a shame that we couldn't have sold out the allocation and all that. But anyway, look, that's neither here nor there. The other thing is, the coach was stopped on the way up by the cops, the PSNI. I'm not sure where they were pulled over just outside the city, maybe, and all that. I wonder what all that was about. Is this part of the new sort of policing, because they don't go anywhere near the Brandywell? Are they going to start pulling in buses on the motorway on the way up the road, like?
Yes, that was in Strabane, as far as you know.
Strabane, okay. Yeah, right. So that's not that far away, like.
I wonder if this all from the Bowes incident as well, was it, from a few weeks ago?
I'm fairly sure that's what it is from. They don't want to take any chances, so search the bus on the way in. Or you didn't want to make sure there's no fireworks or golf clubs or fucking anything else on the bus.
Yeah, I remember that happened a few years ago going up to Linfield. I'm using that bus, lads.
Not sure.
No, it wasn't Linfield. There was a game there we got stopped, and remember the cops meeting us on the motorway and bringing us in.
I do remember that.
Yeah, was it the Santa Cup final?
Yeah, I think you're right. On the Saturday in Windsor, yeah.
Yeah, they stopped us on the motorway and then brought us in. That was last time I remember something like that happened. I don't think the searches or did anything like that. Like,
no.
It was nothing like that. But were they actually on the bus, searching the bus back?
Yeah, everyone had to get off the bus, I think, and yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I didn't actually hear any of the details. I've just seen a couple of photos of it. But look, there was no trouble on the night anyway, and it went off very, very smoothly. There was no dickheads hanging around the ground with fireworks or any of that nonsense like there was the last time. So that's kind of good to see as well. So lads, the extra time and the penalties. I mean, the drama. When is the last time we won a penalty shootout? I was trying to think of this. Can anyone remember?
No, that's usually Owen's department. They've always got stuff like this.
I looked it up the other day and I can't remember. I know we lost one in the Cup to Derry in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
Then we might have had one in like Leinster Senior Cup, or we've had Malone Cup ones as well. But in terms of FAI Cup ones, the last one we've won, or Europe, obviously we lost that one against IK Start.
That was a crazy night.
Don't mention the war.
The Tanta Cup is probably the last one we won before that, was it? Like a proper
against Linfield.
Yeah, in Windsor Park. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that well. Yeah, unbelievable. But I hear it's just nerve-wracking stuff. It's some way to win a game.
Yeah, and I think both teams then struggled a bit in extra time, didn't they? And I think Derry was struggling as well, fitness-wise. Well, not fitness, but you know what I mean. I think both teams put a lot into it.
Yeah, it tends to happen a lot with extra time now. A lot of teams they're too afraid to kind of leave themselves exposed. Go for the win. A lot of them settle for penalties.
Yeah, I think so.
And the actual penalty shootout in itself, lads, my God Almighty, it was just comedy from a Derry point of view, they just absolutely made a total balls of it. Like, obviously Dennison stepped up and made two super saves, and then your man balloons the ball over the bar. But Dennison just needs to get a reward for being the biggest shithouse in Irish football. You could literally hear him going, it's saved already, roaring at the guy.
Yeah, no,
I said to someone the other day, if he didn't play for us, I'd probably despise him. It's probably the best compliment you can give him. Like,
he's going to get, he's going to get himself a serious reputation though if he keeps that shit up. I mean, it was over the top stuff, but like, it worked, so I don't care. But my God, you'd despise him if he was playing against you.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's the position in the pitch. I think you need that character, don't you, to be a goalkeeper? Like, you need that bit of confidence about you, like a boxer. You know, a boxer will in there knowing he's going to save, he's going to win every fight, isn't he? I think a goalkeeper will in. No bother, I'm going to save every penalty here. No problem. I mean, he's nothing to lose, had he? Like, he's going to say, no bother, I'm going to save them. Like, all the pressure is on the kick. The penalty taker.
Yeah.
So if people can have that attitude a bit, but if there's any keeper in the league you want a penalty shoot, it's him. He just loves it. I'd say he was so happy he got the penalties. You know, he was just so excited. He was hyper.
Oh, he was. He had a big psycho head on him in the interview. Like, he was still in that mindset. Like, his eyes, his pupils. He looked mad. Like, you need to be a bit of a nut job to be a quality goalkeeper, because when you go through the list, like, you know, most, and especially probably looking back on UK football and that when you were a kid, some of the best goalkeepers were just head cases. Like, and he certainly has that string to his bow. Like, but yeah, he's probably the best. Is he up there with best keeper in the league? I can't think of another.
Yeah.
the stats would back you up on that as well in terms of the clean sheets. Obviously, we go back centre back three, like, but just fuck all about performing this year, like.
Yeah, I can't name a keeper now who's been better than him.
I suppose your man McGinty at Rovers has been decent, but he wouldn't have as many shots to save as Dennison, and he wouldn't be under half the amount of pressure that Dennison gets put under at times. So, I think that the Derry goalkeeper is seriously overrated.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I think his form has fell off a cliff the last couple of years. Yeah,
I agree, because there was rumours that he might end up going to the UK, and even at the end of last year after the cup final, a lot of them were saying he'll be gone, and he's not. And I don't think he's all that, to be honest with you.
No, I definitely think Dennison was far the best keeper in the league. I know we've said it here before now, it's easy for us to say it. But, like, Owen said, this, the facts back him up, like, the clean sheets back him up. Like, people that judge off clean sheets, he's the most in the league, has he, Owen?
As far as I know, he has, yeah.
Yeah, but like, even go back to the penalty shooter, it takes a strong character to be a goalkeeper, and he has it in bundle loads. He's real strong character, he's brilliant.
Do we need to
13 clean sheets.
13.
Yeah, apparently your 9 has them as well, but same, but
really
played the game mode. Yeah, I'm surprised at that one now. I'll double check that stat, but yeah.
Just about Dennison, lads, is he tied down? What's his situation contract wise and all that? Because someone's going to come sniffing around him, because goalkeepers are gold dust, and we can't afford to lose him.
No, definitely not. I'm not sure what
way contract is. I'd like to think we'll start having conversations soon. Like, look, assuming we'll be fairly safe in the league, like that, they could kind of get lads in on 2 or 3 year deals now.
Yeah, that really has to happen behind the scenes. There's a few players there. Like, I mean, I'm not sure what the situation is with Josh Thomas, because he's had a horrid season with injuries, and hopefully he has a good run in and plays all the rest of the games until the end of the year, and hopefully a cup final as well. But you know, you'd like to think that, is there a chance? I know it's another year out of his career, but would he come back for another year? He's only a young boy, and this year didn't really start for him until 2 weeks ago, really, you know what I mean? So, like, these conversations are definitely, hopefully, being had behind the scenes. Obviously, Conor Keeley, you know, he's playing out of his skin this year as well. I don't know what kind of a deal he's on, but, you know, I know budget-wise and all that, we're still working off a fairly low budget. But when you look around the league and you see other clubs like Waterford even bringing in players on 2-year contracts and all that, I mean, that's where we need to be.
Yeah, no, I think it's something that we have to be aiming for, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, big time. We can't afford to be losing players year in, year out. It's just enough's enough. Like, we've lost so many of our best players to fucking Bowes and various other people. Like, as we said in the past, if somebody wants to go to the UK or they want to go to Europe or wherever, happy days, I'd say goodbye. But losing a player to a rival is just, it's gutting. Like, you know, really, it kills us. And if we can continue this kind of successful kind of a run that we're on, you know, doing well in the league and doing well in the cup, there's no reason these players won't come back to us if we get to them early and say, look, there's another year on the table for you, you know, sign the deal kind of thing. Or in the case of Josh, you know, start talking to Swansea now about, like, we'd love to have him back for another year next year. I don't know, that's not something that happens much, really, is it, getting a player back on for a second year on a loan? I can't remember us doing that.
No, and as well with us, like, loan players usually do well, don't you, with us when they come in?
Yeah, they do.
Like, a lot of them now, I know we've won a two now, not so good, but the majority of them do really well with us. And then you see other clubs are looking at them saying, well, we'll take them, we did so well there. They straight him back over to England and went back in on loan again. Like, he didn't literally go back. Was it Lincoln he was with?
Yeah.
You know, he didn't go, like, he got sent out again on loan over in England. So, players tend to do really well with us on loan. That's Scotland gets the best of them. But, yeah, it'd be nice to get him again, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to keep him for a while.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, no, it would, and it would make sense for him too, because he knows the league now. He knows the club. He knows the town. He just didn't get a chance to play enough games. And if we, as I said, if we keep him fit, get him to the end of the season and hopefully win something or qualify for Europe, I'm sure he'd be enthusiastic enough to come back for another loan spell. So fingers crossed with that one. But sure, look, we don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, lads, we won the penalty shootout 3-0, which was kind of bizarre. Was it 3-0? Am I right in saying? Yeah, it was. Which is a weird one, but sure, look, how and ever we won, and down the road into the next round of the cup, and the draw was made this morning, and lo and behold, we get a home draw, which I was delighted with, but then we feckin' draw Shamrock Rovers at home, which, you know, it could have been worse. We could have got Rovers away, which would have been the toughest draw out of the whole group, but, you know, we'll take anyone on at home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, even it was Dotty's interview now after the last game, he said the two teams you didn't want to get is Derry and Rovers, and we got Derry. We all came off hurdle, and then after getting fucking Rovers. But yeah, look, at home, not saying like it's, you always want a home draw. I didn't want Rovers, I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody did. But yeah, look, I think we owe Rovers one as well. Would you a win against them, lads? So,
yeah, we've four losses out of 5 at home to them in the last 5.
Yeah, they've been close games, haven't they? They haven't steamrolled us at home.
I think it's all 2-1s, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, that kind of thing.
But so look, it's right how to put up right now, isn't it? A home game in the cup, quarterfinals, you're the holders, big crowd, good atmosphere. Why not?
Yeah, I suppose we can't ask for much more getting the home draw as well, but it's just, you know, look, and someone else said earlier on, and it's a good point, we probably would have had to play them at some point, because if they got an easy draw in the next round, they're through, and then yeah, you might end up meeting them in the Aviva, And I don't know, I kind of wouldn't fancy us against Rovers in the Aviva, but in United Park, look, I didn't fancy us, well, I'm not saying I didn't, but we bet Derry last year in the Aviva and they were everyone's favourites to win that game, but I think Rovers are an infinitely better football team than Derry are, but, you know, if we can brush them aside and then go on to a quarter final, I mean, it's a massive opportunity to retain the cup, lads.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, I've seen people saying online already, like, the winner of our quarter final is going to win the cup. That's it. Yeah, it's going to be tough at home against Rovers. It's going to be some atmosphere that day, I think.
You know what night it'll be on?
No, see, there's a good chance it's going to be on telly, I'd say, so it could be Friday, Saturday or Sunday, you don't know.
Yeah, right. I'd say. I'd be showing 2 games. The Naughty say they're going to show 2 of the quarterfinals.
They're showing 2. I'd imagine the other one will be Pats and Galway. But yeah.
Yeah, so, look, I mean, in fairness, Rovers probably didn't want us in Drogheda either.
No, definitely not.
You know,
especially they've had a lot of away games in the cup. Like, I think this year's the first year they've had a home tie in the cup. They had it in the earlier round for like 4 years or something. All the other times were always drawn away and stuff. Yeah. Right. It's probably they haven't had a great record in the cup, like in terms of winning it either. Like, they won it in 2019, and that was the first time they won it in. I don't know how long it was. 20 years, maybe more.
Long time.
Is it? Yeah.
That's the joke. They call them the cup specialists, but they haven't fucking won many of them lately. Like,
no, that's history lessons there.
86, 87 actually. That's when they won it, and then they won it in 2019. That's the gap.
Yeah, decades.
That's the gap.
What was the other draws, lads? St. Pat's got Galway at home. Finn Harps got Cork. Kerry, Sligo, and what was the other one?
That's them all, isn't it?
Oh, that's them all. Sorry, that's 8 teams. Yeah, right. That's them all. So, Jesus, like, when you look at it, like, you know, you'd love to see Galway go and get something in Pats, and you wouldn't put past Galway on the day if they're resolute and they're defending like we know that Galway can and nick a goal, and if we can get past Rovers, and you know, that'd be a mental cup final, wouldn't it? Drogheda United and Galway.
Jesus, yeah.
Big Claret and Blue Festival. There'd be no animosity at that. You could let all the fans mix. There'd be no drama at that at all.
Yeah, good old crack.
Yeah.
Fucking right, yeah.
I tell you, the Pats won't fancy that. Like Galway can put it up the Pats.
Dead right, they can.
Galway can fully pass it. See it a couple of times. So, look, I know Pats will be the favourites at home and that, but that's not going to be easy for Pats.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think Cork going up to Ballybuffet would be too easy either.
No, not really. Like, I know Cork the results, but that'll be a tricky one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Finn Harps bet Bray in the last round, and Bray have been really, really good this year. Like, there's some good players, and they're right up the top of that division there, just behind, obviously, Cove and Dundalk. But, yeah, that's a tough one for Cork, and it's a long old trip, Cork all the way up to Ballybuffet. The other one, I think you'd really, look, I know I'm getting way ahead of myself here, but if you did happen to navigate the next round, like, you just don't want Sligo, because they're doing well. I mean, and Owen Elding, and, you know, they've some really good players on that side, and they seem to have picked up a lot of form in the last while, beating Bows in Dalymount, and you want to avoid them. You'd love an upset for them down in Kerry too, but I just can't see that happening.
Look, I just think Sligo will do what we did last year, aren't they? Like, Sligo will be hard to beat in the cup this year.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. You know, very similar.
Just see them what we were doing last year. Well, if you look at it, there's a big possibility there that this next round, Shamrock Rovers and Pats going out in the quarter-finals. And then it's a free fall, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I suppose we should. Obviously, we're very, very focused on the Rovers game, and then we let the rest take care of themselves. But as I said, like, I think we would have probably ended up facing Rovers somewhere along the line. So if you can get them out of the way and then sort of march on, you have another two games. It would be incredible. It'd be unbelievable. But let's just talk briefly, lads, before we go about this Friday's match home to Pats. How are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, be an interesting game. I think. I don't know whether Pats will have a bit of a European hangover, or because I know last year it fucking spurred them on. That's when they went on a big run. In the league. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. A key one for them is I don't know whether Forrester will play because he went off injured there at the weekend.
A hamstring, apparently.
Yeah, he tends to have good games against us, so he'd be a big loss for them. Well, again, us at home, and they seem to struggle to break us down a lot. So, geez, I'd hope we could sneak a win against them at home.
We've beaten them a few times in United Park over the last few years, so I don't I wouldn't be overly confident going into it. I mean, they're a decent side with some really, really good players, and when it gels for them, they can be sort of one of the best sort of football playing teams in the league. But I think Forrester makes them tick, and when he's not playing, especially against us, I can't comment on how they are against a lot of other teams, only from what I read. But as you said, Owen, every time Forrester plays against us, he either scores a poxy penalty or he puts in a superb little through ball for someone else to score. He's a menace, like. So if he wasn't on the pitch, I'd be a lot more confident. So I'll be eagerly awaiting the team sheet on Friday. But there's no reason we won't be going into it with any fear. I mean, we've got 3 draws out against them. 3 draws against them so far this season. 3-0-0s. First game of the season below, I thought we were absolutely brilliant. And then the other 2 weren't great games or anything like that. But I think going into it now, as we said, with Warren and Josh in a bit of fitness back and then a bit of form, no reason to think that we can't go in there and win the game. And even a draw match probably wouldn't be the worst result in the world against them, because they are in and around us. They're only, they're 4 points behind us going into this game. So, I'd love a win, but a draw against one of your kind of European rivals mightn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the last, this season and last season, we've played them 7 times and there's been 5 0-0s out of 7.
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah, it's not
so, I don't think it's going to be high scoring. There was one, they bet us 4-1 last year. That was when Luke Heaney was sent off early. Yeah. But yeah, so not expecting a high scoring game. Look, it could turn out to be the opposite. You fucking 3-2 to us or something.
I was just about to say, it'll be a 3-2 draw to win now after you saying that.
Hopefully.
Richie, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a goal, wouldn't it? Because said played them 3 times already, 3-0, so it'd be nice obviously for us to see a goal for Drogheda. But yeah, look, I think we're playing well enough to go and beat them, lads. The first game back was the Bowes game after the break.
Yeah.
Sort of a mini break. People saying, right, it was a one-off game. I don't think it was, because we went and did it up in Derry then. Now, I know with the Waterford game mixed in the middle of it. But we're playing well again, lads. We're playing really well. We're playing as a team like the start of the season was. So, plus, we've no other distractions there at the minute. We're going to have another week's training before, well, obviously not a full week because we'll be playing Saturday night. But, I don't think Pat's like coming down to Drogheda at all. We don't have the space for it now in Drogheda. So, yeah.
I think, Richie, you raise a really good point there as well. Like, when you look at the results from those 3 games, Bowes, Waterford in the middle, and then Derry, like, we go into the Bowes game in Dalymount like underdogs, which is ridiculous considering we've beaten them twice in the 2 games before that. So we still go into it as big underdogs. No one gives us a chance. you can just see that in the team that, right, okay, yeah, you're writing us off here. Then we go into the Waterford game where we were pretty much favourites to win the bloody thing, and we just couldn't get it over the line. Then we go to Derry, and again we're underdogs, and Derry are nailed on favourites to win, and we put in a brilliant performance. And I guarantee you, with the bookies, we'll be probably underdogs again on Friday, even though we're ahead of them in the league and they haven't scored a bloody goal against us all season. We'll still be underdogs, and even in the minds of the general public and the rest of the league, it'll be, oh, Pats will probably win. You know what I mean? It's bizarre. You know, I don't understand how the bookies and even people's mindsets work when it comes to these things. But I think it suits us. We'll go in there going, right, these have, you know, Albuzetti and Mulroney and Forrester if he's playing, and Mason Melia, you know, the darling of the league. I'm sick of hearing the chap's name. I think it's really unfair on him as well. He's only a kid. He's only 17 or whatever he is. Like, it's the pressure that's put on him is just unbelievable. But he is coming into a bit of form. He apparently played really, really well against Shelbourne the other day. But I think it suits us. We know what we're like going into these games. We'll be in the dressing room going, right, lads, you know, everyone's writing us off here again, like as they do every single week. Pats are going to try and control the game and control the ball. You know, who knows what we can do, because that's just, they could play into our hands, like.
Yeah, look, the Happy Bread it's the type of game that suits us, isn't it? It's everything we want. Nobody gives us a chance. Have to run it and win you. Yeah, fair enough. That's all right. We've seen it 100 times. So, that'll just work for us. That's just the way we like it.
Yeah, 100%. Right, lads, we got some predictions there. Owen, what do you reckon?
Despite what I was saying there at the nil, I'm going to go 2-1 Drogheda.
Do you want to give us a goal scorer for the crack?
Josh Thomas and Warren Davis.
Okay. Richie?
Do you want to go first since I robbed your prediction last week?
Right, I'm going to go a 1-0 Drogheda, and we're going to score from a set piece. Conor Keeley, just to really piss off Stephen Kenny.
I was going to say that too.
You weren't.
I was going to go 1-0, yeah. No, I think, I think it'll be 1-0, I think 1-0 Josh Thomas.
Josh Thomas, right. I'll take either of those predictions, lads. Happy days.
Absolutely, and really looking forward to it. Like, we're flying at the minute, and it's brilliant. So, you just look forward to it, don't you, every week? You just can't wait for Friday to come around.
Absolutely, yeah.
Big time. Few points and make a night of it. It'll be great.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. So, right, brilliant. And like, as we said, look, we're in the last round of fixtures in the season, and there we are pushing for Europe in the quarterfinals of the cup. It's amazing, lads.
Yeah, we couldn't have asked for any more. Are you back for the game, Richie? Back off the holidays?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I plan to fly for Friday to make sure we're home for the game.
I'd say your wife just loves you.
She's just that does the two boys, you know. So, no, we find out Friday lunchtime, and we've been doubling around 4 o'clock and straight into Drogheda then for the game.
Happy days. Right, boys, I'll see you on Friday, hopefully, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely, lads. Looking forward to it.
See you then.
All right, cheers, boys.
All right, man.
Good luck.